Now we are going to solve this question of capital budgeting. Here we are going to solve ARR initially, after that I will solve PBP also. Look at the question at first. Star Limited is considering a new project which require an initial investment of rupees 5 lakhs. The initial investment for the project is 5 lakhs rupees. Then it is given forecasted annual income before tax and before depreciation are as follows. What is the income before depreciation and tax? This line is most important. Whenever the income items are available, you have to understand which layer of income is available to you. There are different phases of income. Now here income before depreciation and tax, before depreciation, before tax, before depreciation and tax. That means here it is provided to us, what you know, it is provided to us EBDT. EBDT is provided in given question. Sometime it is not exactly mentioned that what level or what layer of income is provided in the given question. Depending upon the language of the question, you have to understand that which layer you should select. Next, year is given 5 years. Probably you are getting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive years, and inflows are available to us. At first year 1 lakh, second year 1 lakh 5,000, third year 1 lakh 25,000, fourth year 1 lakh 35,000, and fifth year 2 lakhs rupees. Assuming that the firm uses a straight line method of depreciations, okay, and applicable tax rate is 30%. That is why, since EBDT is provided, that is why the information on depreciation and tax are available. Now first here we are going to compute ARR. Then let me clarify how to calculate ARR. What is the formula of getting that ARR? Here the formula of ARR is average profit after tax divided by average investment into 100. Average profit after tax divided by average investment into 100. Now profit after tax, that particular terminology is available here. That means EBDT is provided to you, but you have to convert the EBDT into PAT initial phase. How to calculate that average PAT? What is the formula of getting that average PAT? Average PAT is the formula of average PAT equals to total PAT divided by lifetime. Get that average PAT. And next one is average investment. How to calculate that? In simpler sense, it is initial investment divided by 2. In respect of this particular question, the average investment will count initial investment divided by 2. Now looking into the question, how to solve this question. Calculation of ARR. You plot here the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 consecutive years data is available to us. Next it is mentioned here inflow, but as I said that we won't consider our inflow, rather we consider here EBDT, earning before depreciation and tax. Why it is EBDT? Because all such income are represented as income before tax and depreciation. That is why it is EBDT. What figure is available to us? One by one you have to plot. At first year it is 1 lakh, 1 lakh 5,000, 1 lakh 25,000, 1 lakh 35,000, and final year it is 2 lakhs. At the year 5 it is 2 lakhs rupees. Now year and EBDT is given. Even you can give the title of each and every column. This is column A, this is column B. Now after getting the EBDT, as I said that your basic job is to convert the EBDT into PAT. Then what steps you follow? Look at the concept. From EBDT first you have to deduct what? Depreciation column. Then you have to plot another column that is known as depreciation. Title as depreciation. This is column number C. I can say here it is given the firm uses a straight line method of depreciation. Now how to get that straight line method of depreciation? You can follow here a note to get that method of depreciation. Depreciation per annum, that is per year or annual. In short, it is written here per annum. Which method you are following here? Straight line method. Okay, you can write here short SLM under the straight line method. Depreciation per annum is cost divided by lifetime. What is the cost of the investment? What initial cost we follow for the particular project? The cost is mentioned here. It is 5 lakhs. Okay, it is rupees 5 lakhs. That divided by lifetime. Lifetime is 5 years. Then you are getting here rupees 1 lakh. Then our annual depreciation is rupees 1 lakh. Now you can plot here every year there is a depreciation charges, and the depreciation charges is how much? The depreciation charges is 1 lakh rupees every year. 1 lakh each and every year. Now here EBDT and depreciation we count. Now once you deduct depreciations from EBDT, we can probably got the next part, that is called EBT, that is earning before tax. Okay, this is our fourth column or column D, I must say. Column D is our EBT column. How to get that EBT, earning before tax? The scenario is very simple. EBDT minus depreciations. You can give that kind of clarification at the top of the column also. It is simply B minus C. Okay, like 1 lakh minus 1 lakh, it is simply 0. Won't you write 0, rather you write here nil. 1 lakh 5 minus 1 lakh. 1 lakh 5 minus 1 lakh, you are getting it is 5,000. 1 lakh 25 minus 1 lakh, you are having here, you are getting a balance of 25,000. At third year. At fourth year, our EBDT is 1,35,000, our depreciation is 1 lakh. Then our EBT is 35,000. At fifth year, it is huge. Our EBDT is 2 lakhs rupees, depreciation is 1 lakh. Our EBT will come how much? 1 lakh rupees. Now EBT also we count, but as I give that arrow, our target is to reach where? PAT. Next, what particular components we are going to deduct here from EBT? The next charges is, the next component is what? Tax. I must write here at the top, this is our E column as per the sequence. Tax column is our E column. Now how to get the tax? That is also very important. Tax rate is mentioned here. What is the percentage of tax we are going to use here? Here the company follow a tax rate of what percentage? 30%. Of calculation of tax, whatever D column you got, D multiplying by 30%. Whatever amount you got under D column, that is your income. From there 30% you are going to pay to your tax. Now at first column it is nil, then nil into 30%, obviously as you people know it is nil. 5,000 into 30%, 1,500. 25,000 into 30%, you are getting a 7,500. 35,000 into 30%, 10,500. 1 lakh into 30%, you are getting a total of how much? 30,000 rupees. Now EBDT and tax, these two components we got. EBDT is also known, tax is also known. In case of calculation of accounting rate of return, as I told earlier, first our target is to reach the PAT column. I process in this question, EBDT is provided to us. From EBDT gradually I process and I just try to reach which column? I just try to reach PAT column. That is the motto of us, to make that bigger calculations. That is why you are making that kind of calculations to reach from EBDT to PAT. Now the final column, PAT column, I must write here. This is our F column. Look at that, A, B, C, D, E, F. At F column we are going to plot here PAT. Now how to get that PAT column? How to get that PAT column? It is basically D minus E. Once you D minus E, once you follow that process, the PAT will automatically come. At first here it is nil minus nil, the PAT balance you will get as a nil. It is 5,000 minus 1,500, you are getting 3,500. It is 25,000 minus 7,500, you are getting 17,500. 35,000 minus 10,500, you are getting 24,500. 1 lakh minus 30,000, EBDT is 1 lakh, tax is 30,000. If you deduct that, you are getting 70,000. Now we need to make the total, getting a total of 1,15,500. That is your total PAT. Now our job is to calculate here average PAT. How to calculate average PAT? Since you know the formula of average PAT is total PAT divided by lifetime. Total PAT is 1,15,500 divided by lifetime. Lifetime is 5 years. 1,15,500 divided by 5 years. Average PAT, that is 23,100 rupees. That is 23,100 rupees. Similarly, average investment. How to calculate that average investment? The formula, as I said earlier, that it is initial investment by 2. What is our initial investment? Our initial investment is 5 lakhs rupees, and that 5 lakhs divided by 2,50,000. Now finally, ARR. What is the formula of ARR? I think you people remember the formula of ARR is average PAT, that is 23,100 divided by average investment, that is 2,50,000. That should be multiplying by 100. Now 23,100 divided by 2,50,000, that should be multiplying by 100. 23,100 divided by 2,50,000 into 100, you are getting a 9.24%. You are getting ultimate answer is 9.24%. Then this is our exact answer. Now looking into the question, if our investment is 5 lakh rupees, if these are our actual return from the project, if we consider a depreciation of depreciation under a straight line basis and tax rate is 30%, in that case our ARR of that project is how much? Our ARR of that project is 9.24%. This is the answer of ARR. Now we are going to calculate the second part of the question, that is PBP. Full form of PBP is payback period. As you people know, to get that PBP, our net investment for that project is how much? 5 lakhs rupees. Now payback period implies that when we are going to calculate payback period, that means that particular period when we will achieve that 5 lakh rupees. Maybe the project give us a return more than that. But the question is, at what time the project will complete the 5 lakh rupees, at what particular time frame the project will achieve to earn 5 lakh rupees, that particular time frame we are going to calculate. Now the question is, as I said earlier, to get that payback period we need to concentrate on CFAT at first. If you do that particular format again, CFAT, as I said that CFAT, cash flow after tax, CFAT is representing what? PAT plus depreciations. PAT is for PAT column is already been ready here. We have PAT column. Now from that PAT column, once we sum up depreciation into that, we should reach the CFAT column. Now here I am going to portray another column, that is CFAT column. Okay, this is column number G. And then this is your PAT column, that is F column, and depreciation is C column, then F plus C. Once you sum of F plus C, that CFAT column. Let me brief that. To calculate PBP, now we are going to calculate PBP of the same question, then calculation of ARR and PBP you can write. ARR is already been counted, that is already been calculated. Now we are going to calculate that PBP. To calculate that PBP, we need which column? We need CFAT column. How to get that CFAT? We know once we PAT, then PAT plus depreciation represent as cash flow after tax. We have already depreciation column, we have PAT column. Since we sum up the PAT and depreciation column, we can get to calculate CFAT column. Like first year, 1 lakh plus nil, your CFAT will be 1 lakh. 1 lakh plus 3,500, it is 1 lakh 3,500. Third year, 1 lakh plus 17,500, it is 1 lakh 17,500. Fourth year, 1 lakh plus 24,500, 1 lakh 24,500. Fifth year, 1 lakh plus 70,000, it is 1 lakh 70,000. Finally plot another column, that is called cumulative CFAT. Cumulative CFAT column. You can title here, it is H column. Cumulative in simpler sense, suppose you are getting a particular column, these values are available 3, 4, 2, 8. Then how to accumulate that? At first it is 3, second one is 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 8, 17, such a manner. That way you have to accumulate here. In similar fashions we are going to accumulate here the CFAT column. Then first year it is 1 lakh, cumulative CFAT is also 1 lakh, second year 1 lakh plus 3,500, it is 2 lakh 3,500, 2 lakh 3,500 at third year along with 1 lakh 17,500, 2 lakh 3,500 plus 1 lakh 17,500. If you sum up, you are getting 3 lakh 21,000. You are getting a total of 3 lakh 21,000. Now 3 lakh 21,000 along with 1 lakh 24,500. You are getting a total of 4 lakh 45,500. The total you will get 4 lakh 45,500. Now 4 lakh 45,500 along with 1 lakh 70,500 plus 1 lakh 70. You are getting a total of 6 lakh 15,500. Okay. Now the final figure is 6 lakh 15,500. If you make the total of CFAT column even, you are getting the same total 6 lakh 15,500. Now the question is, the project provide you a total return of cash flow of 6 lakh 15,500, whereas your investing amount is how much? Your investing amount is rupees 5 lakhs. You invested 5 lakhs rupees and your project will provide you a return of 6 lakh 15,500. It is well and good, but the question is, in case of calculations of payback period, we are not supposed to looking into that what the project will return us. Basically we focus on that particular logic, that the amount which we initially invested for the project, that is 5 lakh rupees, by what time the project will return us that exact 5 lakh rupees. Now how to get that calculation? Look at the follow the formula payback period PBP in short. The formula is standard year plus initial investment minus lower value divided by higher value by lower value into 1 year. Probably you people confused what does it means by higher value, what does it means by lower value. Let me progress that question. You people better understood what does it means that higher value and lower value. At the end of first year, life of the project is 5 years. At the end of first year, the project will return us only 1 lakh rupees. Second year, 2 lakh 3,500. Third year, 3 lakh 21,500. In fourth year, the project will return us 4 lakh 45,500, and at the end it will be 6 lakh 15,500. Our target is 5 lakhs. At what time that 5 lakhs return back to us? Now I must say that the 5 lakh rupees lies in between 4th and 5th year. If you plot 5 lakhs in between that cumulative CFAT, as simple as that, the 5 lakh which lies in between 4th and 5th year. Now 4th year is going to be standard year. That means it's not exactly 5 years. It is 4 years and few months. It's not exactly 5 years. Because if you consider exactly 5 years, your total return will come 6 lakh 15,500. You are targeted to 5 lakhs. At the beginning of 4th year, it is 4 lakh 45,500. At the end of 4th year, it is 6 lakh 15,500. It means that 5 lakh lies in between 4th and 5th year. Then 4th year is your standard year. Now your target is 5 lakhs. Just plot here 5 lakhs. Above 5 lakhs, that 4 lakh 45,500, 4 lakh 45,500 is your lower value, and below 5 lakhs, 6 lakh 15,500 you just consider as your higher value. Everything is settled down now. Now we can get the payback period depending upon that simpler logic what I told. Standard year, that is 4th. Initial investment, how much we invested initially for the project, that is 5 lakhs rupees. Lower value, as I said that it 5 lakh lies in between 4 lakh 45,500 and 6 lakhs 15,500. Then 4 lakhs 45,500 is your lower value divided by higher value, that is 6 lakh 15,500 minus lower value, again it is 4 lakh 45,500. Now it is 4 plus, you have to calculate 4.32 years. That way you can manage to get that payback period. Okay, this is the formula and calculation mechanism of payback period. Now again, It is asking us to calculate ARR and payback period. ARR I have already been counted earlier, and after that I calculate payback period. As I said that to get that ARR we need to focus on PAT column, then till PAT we calculate, and we have calculated everything of ARR. Then for PBP, as I said that CFAT column is important. First we plot that CFAT column. Once we get that CFAT column, we convert that CFAT into cumulative CFAT column as per the requirement of the formula, and finally we can get that payback period, that is 4.32 years. Thank you.